Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm David King.
I'm Fred Cilbrith.
And welcome to Keeping It Real. First of all, I always want to say thank you to all those who tune in each and every week. We really do appreciate it. Me, myself, Freddie, and Dave Ryan, who is not here today. He had to do some other things, but he'll be with us next week. But we always want to thank you guys, because without you guys, we wouldn't have a show, and we really appreciate it.
That's very true.
Tonight we have, all our guests are special, but this beautiful lady is a big-time community activist, Miss Gloria Brown. Miss Gloria Brown, thank you for being on the show, and welcome to the show as well.
Thank you, too, for having me.
Well, you're very welcome. I mean, when you talk about community activists, you're one of the, especially around Bridgeport, you're one of the biggest activists I know. You do a whole bunch of stuff, so we'll just get right into it. Well, we know that, some people don't know that you have a radio show.
Yes.
Also, so some of the things that you do in the community.
Well, I do prayer in the community. I have a festival that comes out every year. We do horseback riding, free food, and stuff like that for all the young people. And sometimes we have 900 people show up. Sometimes we have 500. I make sure in the Christmas time we do something for a cancer patient, because my mom died with cancer and my aunt. So we will wrap the love. I did my first drive-in theater for the kids outside and the families. Had 104 people to show up.
Oh, wow. That's a real good thing. I mean, it's sad, I'm sorry that your mom passed of cancer, but I always think that it's a good thing to give back to the community, especially around like the holiday time, as we go now into Thanksgiving and into Christmas. Like, I know for me, that's always something I want to get involved with, is giving out to charity, because it's not about the money, it's more about what you can do for others. I have been blessed with a lot of things. I've had a lot of bad things in my life, but I've had a lot of good that's come from those bad things, and I'm very blessed for that. So I always want to give back if I ever get the chance.
That's right. It's good to give back, because whenever you release these things from your heart to the people, when you give it out of love, that makes the community come together and grow.
Most definitely. I mean, Fred, you're kind of quiet over there.
I mean, how did you get started?
I got started, I was born in Hackensack, New Jersey. I was raised in Patterson, and I hated it. And so I said, when I grow up, I'm going to go to California. So I moved to L.A., Los Angeles, California, with my aunt. She didn't have no daughter. She had one son. She bought my first brand new car. So when I stayed there a long time, and I brought my kids back to New Jersey at 3 in the morning, I came to Connecticut. And when I got in church and got saved, the decision I wanted to do is be like this lady that was in New Jersey. She always gave back to everyone. And I wanted to be like that. And so God laid on my heart to open that door, and I started the Family Festival Community Day, because it's all about the community.
Well, hearing the story about the drive-in theater last week and hearing about how you projected a movie on a sheet in your backyard, it was very admirable.
Amen. Yeah, because I didn't know how to do it, and one day I was at home and a voice just said, take 2 king-size sheets and drape them from a building and down and tape them. And we had to drive-in theater on the king-size sheets. That was our screen.
I mean, there's a will, there's a way, and I mean, and you made it happen. God will always show you the way to get anything done. All things are possible.
It is.
And there's no man or woman too big, too small, or to, as you like to say, seek the glory of God.
That's right. Give Him the glory.
And I mean, I'm one that I wasn't big fond of God for a long time, my whole life, until recently. A friend of mine, John, and his wife, and I knew him from he worked at my apartment complex as a security guard. Then he got a different job, so I didn't see him for a while until he was on your show, and then I was on your show. We met up again, and then ever since, I go to his church every Sunday, and I enjoy it, and I have a good time. It just really opens up my heart, and I was always giving back, but now I enjoy it even more than I did. Exactly.
Receiving, yeah.
So
it's good to give, but it's also better to receive. And it's better to give than it is to receive. But when you give out, God will always give back to you.
And I've come to learn that, and you have a lot of, there's a lot of young people like myself that we kind of not we don't believe in God, but more like we put him to the side because we're always so focused on what's going on in our life that we kind of like, we'll get to him later, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But when you really let him in, and he'll guide you. You don't have to worry about you. Even if you don't know where to go and you can't see because you're in the dark, he'll get you there.
Yes, he will. That's right.
Even if you haven't prayed for a while, you can still, he can find a way to come into your life and put you on the right
definitely.
path.
I know we're going off topic. I know. I'm sorry. We're talking.
No, that's okay. Sometimes we don't never know what the Lord gonna lead us or lead and to ask us to say, what to say. I'm just saying about being a part of the community is also recognizing who God is, because our young people, they're wearing their pants down baggy, they bullying, they doing all kind of different things. But when we bring some structure into the community and let them know that, there's a different way. You don't have to bully nobody. You don't have to cause violence and things like that. But there's a lot of love, and we begin to circle our arms around one another, talk about good things that God have done for us. My generation is different than your generation.
Oh, I believe that.
Yeah.
And I think our generation is going to be a lot different than this generation that's on its way up.
I agree with that.
If my mom said, don't touch those papers on that table, you better believe I bet not touch them.
Oh, I believe it.
So I got started again in the community, with the youth radio. I started prayer ministry in 2003. But I made a decision with so many young people hanging around me. I decided to do a youth show, which called Ain't No Stopping Us Now, because our youth is on the move. And we started out with about 7 children. And then after that, it accumulated up to about 80.
That's a lot.
About 80 youth.
I second that, folks.
Oh, my God. And since 2003, it's been about 300 to 400 youth done came in and out of our radio show.
Wow.
Doing great things.
That's affecting a lot of people.
That is impressive.
Yes.
And this goes to show you that how you can, touch somebody, especially the young community. I mean, it can be tough to touch us young people because, our brain is always running a mile a minute.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
But the fact that you can do that, you are truly blessed for that. The fact that you can do that. When I started doing this, I did for the community, and especially for the disability part of the community. Having a disability, growing up with a disability, I wanted to give back, especially to other disabled people and kids like myself, who we really don't get a voice or get to hear our opinions. And I always felt like we were in the shadows, so that's how I kind of got started with doing all this. And along with Fred here, who's my co-host, but we've been friends since we were 5 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
The first time I started school, the first kid I talked to was this kid, and I'm still talking to him today. And here we are, and every night or every week on TV, doing this. So that's a blessing right there.
That's great because when you reach out to each other, you don't leave nobody behind just because you move forward. Like not too long ago, some children had set my old house on fire, and I didn't see them with my eyes, but I made a decision that I was going to pray for them anyhow, and I didn't cause them no trouble, their family, and God turned around and blessed me with a brand new home with the people help called Ain't No Stopping Us Now. Helped out too, but the name of the place was Channel 7, and it was called Extreme Home Makeover.
I've heard of that.
Yeah.
And it wasn't about me, it was about the people, because God wanted them to come together. It was about the community, because so many people have said, well, nobody looking out for me, nobody doing anything for me, but they had 9 days to appreciate themselves and have fun, and I don't know what they did because I wasn't here. And then
That's what they do with the show.
I wanted to put some youth in a movie, and my prayer was to put them in a movie because it's about the community. And I will wind up in the movie with Steve Urkel and Wendy Williams called De Santa Con on Lifetime movie. It played last December for 13 weeks.
Wow, congratulations.
So I put 9 children,
Very nice.
9 youth in there. So God is good. We help one another.
Most definitely. And what you do is, you do it from the heart, and I think that's the best part about since I've gotten to know you, you speak from the heart, and you do from the heart. I mean, I know you're old school. You don't play. You know, you got you're very straightforward. And you're very, you know, you have that, how you say, like, kind of like Medea, you have that strict mother vibe, but you love, but you know, you're not afraid to get in there.
I mean, from my perspective, just getting to know you these past couple months and sitting here and talking to you, you're very inspiring. And when I started the show, you know, I was the kid that I didn't really like
talk.
Talk. Well, that too, talk, and I've always had trouble accepting my disability, and you know this, Dave. I mean, through doing the TV show, I can honestly say that I've been able to accept my disability more and be proud of it, but also be able to inspire people. And I say every week, I'm going to say it right now, if we're able to inspire one person, then we've done our job.
You did a great job.
Most definitely. I mean, and you know, just, you know, besides that, you know, just when you do things from the heart, it makes you feel more positive about yourself. I mean, Freddie, talking about you, like, you just started your first, you know, your job. You got a new job, and congratulations for that.
Beautiful.
Making that money, Dave.
But you know, if you didn't have that confidence to believe that you could get a job and do the job, you wouldn't have the job, because it starts with believing in yourself. You know, and most definitely, like for me, everything that I do, rather that's here in front of the camera every week or doing music, I have to believe in myself that I can do it.
That's right.
Hey, you know, I'm not perfect. You know, I'm still working on some things with myself, but you know, I try my best every day. But the one thing I do know, I love helping out others if I got it. You know, if somebody is really in need and I'm on my last $5, I'll give it to that person that's in need, because I have been blessed, and I know I'll find a way to get what I need. But I feel better that knowing that I helped somebody that really needed it even more than me.
Right.
You know, a lot of people walk around like, oh, they feel bad for me. I'm a No, you don't have to feel bad for me. I'm happy with my disability. I've accepted my disability, and I think it makes me a stronger person because I have a disability, and it gives me a different outlook on life, and it makes me appreciate more things in life, because I'm the guy that's sitting there watching you guys who don't appreciate what you have, and it makes me appreciate what I do have.
You know, I called you last week, folks. I called him not last week, yesterday actually, and I called them because I was trying to get my papers for work, and you told me they're not going to hire you unless you don't have your papers. So I'm like, but I want to be like you at work, man. I want to, like, you're my inspiration.
Well, no, you don't want to. You know, you want to get paid. You don't want.
Right? Yeah.
You know, but being out in the community, that's what, you know, this is all about, folks. That's what me and Fred do, Ms. Gloria Brown does. We give back to the community, whether that's very big or very small. Every little help. So everything counts, you know, but as long as it comes from the heart, that's what really counts. You have a lot of celebrities that are big names, that are billionaires. Now, they do charity work, but they don't do it from the heart. Because really think about it. They get paid to go do the charity.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah, you know, so they're going to come to your school, they're going to speak to you, and it's great. And the kids love it. Right. But he got paid to come to your school to speak to you. He didn't say, oh, I feel like going to school and try to inspire the kids.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now, my question is, Dave, if they didn't get paid, would they still do it?
I would hope so, but
you have a few that will.
Exactly, but there's a lot that probably wouldn't.
Remember Danny Thomas? He had the hospital, and he was St. Jude.
Yes.
He did a lot of outreach for young people, cancer patients.
Exactly.
Young children that was in need. So you have a lot of people that will reach out. And in doing things in the community, if you just give somebody a hug.
Exactly. Thank you.
In the community, you don't know what their day is like.
If you read them a letter, I know that's old school, but if you write a personal letter and reach out to them, you never know what it could do to
right.
them.
And you know, that's one of the keys of being community activists, is just like you say, a hug. Something as simple as a hug, or something as simple as saying, hey, how you doing? Or a phone call that says Happy Thanksgiving. Even if you can't be there, you can't give them, just because you called them, you thought about them, that can mean more to that person than anything else. I know I tell a lot of my friends, you know, who can't be around me, you know, it doesn't cost nothing to pick up a phone and say it, you know. You know, but, you know, a little goes a long way. But for some people, unfortunately, that's a lot easier said than done. But, you know, but not me. I'm like, always wanted to give back, and I just want to keep giving back and keep giving back. I try to get involved with those who give back. I try to turn a negative into a positive. I grew up in the bad, side of town. I still live on the bad side of town near in Bridgeport, and I see all that negative, and I try to take that negative and make it to a positive.
Wow.
By like my show called Keeping It Real, we and then we have our Keeping It Real after hours where the language is a little different, but I'm trying to turn that negative into a positive, to say that you can take what you've been through and you can go to a studio, you can go do something with that. You can reach out to others. Because remember, there's always there's a group of young kids that will look up to us as the adults.
Because we inspired them to go out and do something, but it's everybody inspiring everybody
But
else.
if we're running around with a gun, and then we're showing, hey, this is how you do it, we're inspiring them in the wrong way.
Right.
That's right.
So, channel your anger or take it and do something positive, and you can help somebody.
I could say my next inspiration is to actually move out of my parents' house and get my own apartment eventually.
Okay.
Within the next year or so.
I mean, just sitting next to Ms. Gloria is an honor for me, just because everything that she does, I hope one day I'll be able to reach that level of what she does for the community.
You already doing it in your way. You already doing it, because let me tell you something. Everyone have a handicap. I have one. I gained a lot of weight, and that's a handicap to me, because I was real slim and trimmed, and one day I woke up, it's like I said, okay, Gloria, you got to take the mask off and lose that weight. So that was my handicap. My other handicap, when I was a child, my learning ability wasn't like everybody else. So I said, when I grow up, I want to do something excellent for the young person who everybody look down on or don't look at. I want to be able to pick them up and let them know, no matter who you are, we still love you.
Most definitely. Exactly. And that's one of the main goals why I do what I do, because just like you, I always grew up in life feeling like that little person that everybody forgot about, and et cetera, and the whole issue with my whole family, which is a long story, but so that's exactly, doing that was always a thing to me, and I always said that, you never get a second chance to make a first impression. And there's only one first. There could be 5 other duplicates, but there's only gonna be one first. And I going back, you're saying that everybody has a handicap. Very true, but I feel that being a disabled person is a state of mind. If you look at yourself like a disabled person, that's how everybody's gonna look at you. But I don't see myself as a disabled person. I know I have a disability. I'm not ashamed of it, but it doesn't like, oh, I'm disabled, I can't do nothing. No, I have a disability, but that's only half of me. The person in the chair is a regular person.
Right.
And every day I wake up or before I go to bed, besides praying to God, I also want everybody to look at me for me as the person. Forget this, or just look at this.
Right.
And I try to empower, especially the disabled community, that we have to do that, because a lot of us are, we're down on ourselves because we don't know how to channel out our disability or learn to work with our disability. Some of us have more severe disabilities than others. Right. We have to learn to work with it. We own the disability, don't let it own you. And that's one thing I try to really push, don't let it control you. Like, look at Fred, he goes to work. He's he's going to graduate next spring, from college. And for me, I go to work and every day. So, I mean, if we can do it, there's nobody that can't do it neither.
I mean, Dave, I've said this sitting at your house. I've said it every week. You're my biggest inspiration, because seeing you work and go out and do stuff makes me want to go out and do stuff. So it's inspiring somebody else. But if I can inspire one kid, either by going to college saying, hey, I'm having a disability, you can go to college and graduate and get an associate's degree and hopefully get your master's if you really want that, then that's great. But if it's all about inspiring the next generation of people and having that generation bounce off and do the same thing.
And your show is called Keeping It Real.
Yes.
So by you keeping it real in the neighborhood and community, you major in telecommunication and journalism.
Right.
So you're gonna have your degree, a social degree, So you keeping it real, and you working in the community, and you're gonna be advertising and speaking over the air on television or radio, telling the world what they can do. You don't have a handicap. You don't even have a disability. It's who you are, what you want to be. That's who you are. No, never let nobody label you. You're Fredric, and you're Dave.
Yes.
And I am Gloria. And we have a provider named Jesus.
Definitely. I was just about to say, he is the reason why we're able to do all this,
Yes.
or how we're able to wake up every day.
That's right.
And I always say, I am blessed the fact that even though I have some limitations, that my limitations are not severe as they could be, and it's because of him that gives me the strength to just keep going, even when I'm down on my luck and I'm like, oh, I don't know, he always finds a way to pull me back up again. So, but I'll be honest, but I didn't see that until, like I said, I started going to church on Sundays with John. It really came to me. It really came to me. Now I enjoy it. I go every Sunday. And I don't even work every Sunday like I used to, because I want to be able to go, to church every Sunday.
Wow, God is good.
Definitely.
Yes. Well, our show started in a little while downstairs at 3:35, and I just want to say to you, I'm glad y'all had me on the show today, and I just want to say to everyone that you can reach me if you don't mind. There ain't no stopping us now, because our youth is on the move. God is good. And not only that, you can email us at ain'tnostoppingusnow at 77@gmail.com.
Right.
And I just want to say I love what I do in the community. I love meeting you too, and I thank God that I was allowed that you crossed my paths and you crossed mine and I crossed your paths.
Well, we're very grateful as well. Also like Francisco just showed, you can watch this show as well as other Keeping It Real episodes on our YouTube. You can also comment on your opinion on all the shows on our Facebook and our Twitter and our email.
And know that on
at the
YouTube,
bottom of your screen there.
Sorry. And know that on YouTube every Thursday there will be a brand new episode, if not Friday mornings.
Amen.
Yes, and most of that, ladies and gentlemen, has to come from Fred, and without him doing a lot of this stuff for the internet and Facebook, it wouldn't be possible. Fred, I always appreciate what you do. I never really make it public, but you deserve that, because you are the backbone to the show. I am the voice a lot of times. We are the face. We are the face. We do this every week.
Yeah.
But really, God is the face of this show.
Right.
And each and every show. Giving you the strength to do what you do, and giving me the voice to be able to speak.
Yeah.
We couldn't be more, happy with what we have. To do that. And of course, Dave Ryan, our other co-partner that is not here today, for him to come down here every week and do this, and even when it's snowing, I really appreciate it very much.
We hope to see you next week, Dave.
Who, me? Oh, Dave Ryan.
Dave Ryan.
Wrong Dave.
There's two Dave, folks.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I just want to say I love you and thank God for you, for having me. And
Thank you for
whenever
coming
you
on the show.
Next week, we have you to come down on our show. Ain't no stopping us now.
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
We can definitely be there now next week.
All right. Well, I'm going to dismiss myself and to one. And to
Well,
that,
okay. You're going to dismiss yourself. Well, we hate to see you leave early. We still got 4 more minutes, but okay. No, but if you got to go, we understand.
Yeah.
But once again, thank you for coming on the show.
We both appreciate it. What you do
really
for the community.
Yeah, God is good. Thank you for having me.
And we will definitely see you next week on your show.
All right. That's great.
We'll definitely show up.
Amen. That's good. God is good. I'm sorry.
Hey guys, you just saw Miss Gloria Brown, community activist, on the show. And I'm appreciative of what she do. I appreciate her coming out here. And Fred, I mean, once again, congratulations on your new job.
Thank you.
I'm very proud of you. I'm always proud of you and everything that you do.
You work every week just as me, so
And I you know what? I'm proud of everybody out there, especially today, being the election day, and going out and voting, getting your voices heard. That's always a good thing. We're going to find out in a couple of hours who's exactly going to be the mayor of Bridgeport. We're going to find that out in a couple of hours.
8 o'clock, Dave.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing who's going to be the mayor by the end of the night. For me, it's like, everything is culminating. We just finished Halloween. We're going into Thanksgiving and all the holidays coming up.
Christmas.
But like I said earlier, we couldn't do this without God, and we couldn't do this without our fans that watch this show. Rather you watch it every Wednesday at 8:30 or you watch us on YouTube. We really do appreciate it very much because we work very hard, and we know you guys are very busy, and we know you guys have kids and families and work yourself. So we know you really take the time out and watch us.
We appreciate you watching it every week and seeing the topics that we come up with and all that. And if you could follow us on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube by typing in keeping it real with David King. We have a bunch of videos on there. Like I said, each and every Thursday or Friday morning, new episodes will be added. And
also I just want to let the fans know that of course I do rap music. I'll be having a music video up on our YouTube page soon, so that'll be something also that they will be able to watch.
I also got SoundCloud. You can type in Phantom Poet and you'll see probably 3 poems uploaded there. I mean, new poems will be added in the future, but for right now there's 3 poems on there, so go check them out.
Well, Fred, it's that time of night. We're coming to the end of the show. Any last words you want to say before we call it a night?
I mean, I want to thank Miss Gloria for coming on the show. I want to thank our fans for watching us each and every week, even if we do go a little bit off topic. But, I just appreciate everybody that watches the show and comments on Facebook. And the feedback we get, it means a lot to me. And I know, Dave, it means a lot to you to hear that we inspire everybody each and every week. So that means a lot to me as a person. So thank you, guys.
And I just want to say, once again, thank you to Miss Gloria Brown for coming on the show. Of course, thank you all you guys who watch the show. I also want to thank the man upstairs who wakes us up every day to do this show and to do other things that we do. And, without him, we couldn't do it. With that said, got love for all you guys. Be safe. I'm David King.
I'm Fred Cilbrith.
And thank you for watching. Have a good night.